Hey guys, so this is an air microclimate. So what is it? Well, I want to show you what it is, and I've been playing around with this for about several weeks now. But let me turn this off so you can hear me better. Let me undo it here. There's two little things I gotta pull down. I'm gonna pull it right on off. All right, so this is an air microclimate. I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but it is very futuristic looking, isn't it? It looks like you're either wearing a motorcycle helmet or you're a spaceman. I'm gonna go with spaceman because that sounds much cooler. But anyway, the company sent me this just because I said, hey, you guys are cool on Instagram. Like, hey, do you want to try it out? Their lead engineer sent it to me, wanted me to test it out if I had any feedback for him. And I've been playing around with this thing for, oh gosh, probably several weeks now. And I definitely have a few things to say. Now, you guys probably aren't familiar with this, but you are familiar with this. This is probably the most familiar dust mask you can think of. It's made by 3M and it filters out pretty much everything. You can change the cartridges here and filter out all different types of airborne chemicals and things like that. This does not do that. This is more about just dust protection, eye protection from spray paints. If you were to do work with, obviously wood like I do, but many other things. So I really want to talk about, is this something that you should really have in your shop? And is it really better than this? Well, I think to answer that question, we're first going to dive into what this is not and what this is and is not. So first, let's talk about the mask. And you guys are probably really familiar. This fits on your face like this, and you can usually sweat in this if it's really hot out, and you can swap out these masks, but it doesn't cover your eyes. So if you want some for your eyes, I have some glasses that you'd have to put on, and they're very cumbersome. It's very hard to put this on when you're wearing it like this, and then you have glasses. I don't know. My son took my glasses and put them somewhere, so I'm sorry, I don't have them right here. But basically, you have to wear two things to have your eyes protected from, say, spray paint. And if you're working in sawdust or an environment like you're doing something that's going to get in your eyes, you have to wear two things. This fancy little thing does not require you to wear two things. It's one huge thing, and it's honestly very comfortable to wear. It has a shroud on the back where you put your head in and you tighten these right here. And it has an adjustable, I'm going to show you. This is what you actually crank down to tighten it on your head. So it's universal. It can fit basically any head type. And I said, will this fit my son? He's a youth. He's like 13 years old. And they're like, yeah, totally should work. And I would call him to try this on to show you, but he's out running around with his buddies in the neighborhood. So the thing about this is what it does is it actually doesn't blow air out. It sucks air in. So what happens is the air from the outside goes through these filters right here and it inflates the inside. So think of your head inside of a balloon with someone blowing air into the balloon continuously, right? That sounds a little weird, but that's what it does. And it's actually, I thought, oh, what's going to happen? Is it going to fog up on me? And the answer is no, it doesn't fog up on you because there's constant airflow doing that. So let me show you. I'm going to put this on and I'm not going to turn it on and you're going to see it start to fog up, but then the air will start flowing and it'll clear that. So let me put this on. My only complaint so far is that this little thing flops around inside sometimes, so it's a little hard. If it's down in there, you got to make sure it's pushed back before you put it on. So let me do that. There you go. It's on. Cinching it up. And then you have to pull these two little strings, if I can find them. One right here. One right here. And I'm going to get a little closer to the camera. You can see things are starting to fog up. It's feeling kind of hot inside. But watch. You hold it down. The air kicks in. I can feel the air coming in. And see how quickly that just dissipated? Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal. And it actually is cool because there's fans turning around and it's blowing air all around my face and my neck. You can see back here, this is what the back looks like. If I push it in, it's inflated. I hope you can hear me as I'm kind of walking around and turning around, but that's what it does. To turn it off, you just hold the button. There you go, and then you just take this off, and you slide it off just like that. Now, I find this very comfortable to wear. I really, really do like it. My only thing that I would have to say, well, there's probably two things that I have to say about it. The first thing is, where do you store it? They give you a hanger for it, but like this, this is like a $60 thing. I can just throw it on my table and who cares? I can hang it on a little ledge wherever it needs to go. This is a little bit more expensive. Just to be straight with you guys, it's about $500 or $600 depending on the setup you get. And that it is pricey. But for the class that this is in and what it does overall, it's not really that far off from the 3M version that does something like this. So when you're looking at it as what its competitors are doing, it's within its price range, and probably it is a little pricier, but it is a premium product and it offers a lot more comfort, and there's a lot more design and engineering into this than the old traditional big things. There's no airflow, they fog up. So I think they're like $400. If you get the high-end professional versions of this, it's like $400 or something, but they fog up. This doesn't do that. And so that's something to consider. Don't be surprised by the sticker price. But I would say the other thing that frustrates me about this is this little shroud is just held in by elastic. And I was using this in my shop quite a bit. I was taking it on, taking it off. It was like 95 degrees in this garage, which was really, really hot. And at that temperature, I don't think anything you wore over your face would be comfortable. This was okay for about 10, 15 minutes. And then I was like, I'm still sweating, but it had nothing to do with this. It's just hot out. Like there's nothing that would cool me off. So I was taking it on off, and then this popped off. And it's just awkward to get on and off because of how they have to have the seal around it. And there's no like clasp that holds it and cinches it in, like pulls it. Like I can just pull this and it pops off. That's good and bad. So my feedback to the engineer is going to be, could you make this a little bit more secure? Is there a way to do that it doesn't pop off as easily? And when I say easy, like I took this thing off probably 10 times repeatedly, being careless, just not really thinking about it. And it was a little frustrating. They give you a nice, my only other question is, what happens if this all gets scratched, right? Like, I'm pretty careful. It came in this protective little thing when it was shipped. But what happens if you lay it down on your table like that, or you pick it up and it scratches it, or your kids? I have children. I have 3 of them. They're 13, 11, and 7. What happens if they grab it and they knock it, falls on the floor, and it breaks this? How easy is it to replace? What's the cost on all that? It would be nice if they would just throw in an extra one for the price point that you're paying for it. Other than that, I think it's great. Like, I'm going to be using this in my shop where I don't have dust collection set up. Specifically, I have a bandsaw over there, and every time I use it, I hack and cough all the time. It doesn't matter how much I do it, the dust just gets everywhere. Same thing with my sanders. I do have dust collection, but you can never really get enough out. And it's those fine particles that are really dangerous. And I think this solves that problem because they get in my eyes and my eyes get irritated. And I hate wearing glasses and a mask like this because it gets cumbersome around my ears and it puts that pressure, and it's just really annoying. So yeah, if you're interested in checking it out and learning more, I'll put a link in the description below. And please message me. I'd be more than happy to answer them. And if I don't have the answer, I'll reach out to the engineer and get that answer for you. So feel free to check them out and let me know what you think. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more stuff like this, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, ding that bell. All right, guys, till next time, I'll see you later.